Isn't she lovely? Isn't she adorable? She is right with me every time I edit an episode, and oftentimes when I even interview guests. This is Cassie, the ZAMI NOBLA podcast dog. She is excited as much as I am about telling you how to best access our podcast episodes. So stay tuned and you'll find out right away. Right, Cass? Right. Here's a short video on how to best subscribe to the ZAMI NOBLA National Organization of Black Lesbians on Aging podcast. Hi, my name is Angela Denise Davis, and I'm the host and producer of the ZAMI NOBLA podcast. I am here today to show you how you can easily access our content. First, I want to start out by explaining what a podcast is. It's an audio that you can listen to while you're cooking, cleaning, working in the gym, on your way to work. It's digital content that you can access via the internet. You can access it three main ways today that I want to show you, depending upon whether or not you are an iOS user or an Android user on your phone, whether or not you use a laptop, or you can even access it via YouTube. The first way I want to talk about, if you are an iOS user, which means you're using an iPhone or an iPad, the easiest way to get to our podcast is to go to the podcast app on your device's home screen. It's a purple app with the word podcast underneath it. Once you click on to that icon, you'll then go into the podcast directory. You can select the search tab on the bottom of the screen. It looks like a magnifier. And then insert the words ZAMI NOBLA. You'll then come up with a list of results. One of those will be the ZAMI NOBLA podcast. Click on that picture and you will then be able to listen to any of our episodes we have published. While you're there, it's a good idea to subscribe so that content will automatically be downloaded on your device, ready for you to listen to. When you come to that page, you'll see probably the first three most recent episodes. There's a link on that page called Available Episodes. Click on that in order to get the full list of everything we have uploaded to the podcast directory. Feel free to write a review once you've listened to an episode and to leave a rating. That helps us out a lot. If you are an Android user, you still have options. You can download the Google Podcast app via the place where you get your apps on your phone, or you can visit any number of iTunes directories like Stitcher, for instance. We're in Stitcher as well, and access our podcast that way. If you want to access the podcast on your laptop or desktop, it's simple. Go to our website, www.zaminobla.org, and click on the podcast link. If you're using a mobile device, there's going to be a series of bars on the top right, which is your menu bar. Press that, select the podcast navigation, and it will land you directly on our podcast page. If you're using a laptop or a desktop, the podcast navigation is listed at the top of the page. Once you're on the podcast page, you'll see a series of podcast titles with descriptions and a podcast player underneath each description. Click on to the colored triangle, which is the play button. That's also your pause button. You can navigate forward or backward in the podcast by clicking on to the bar, the colored bar that runs underneath the podcast description. Another great way to access the podcast is via YouTube, either on your mobile device, your tablet, or your computer at youtube.com or via the YouTube app. Once you have opened the app or gone or located yourself on the YouTube page, The next step is for you to search for ZAMI NOBLA. What will come up will be our channel, ZAMI NOBLA, and channel icons are easy to distinguish from pages because a channel icon usually is in a circle, whereas the other results come up in squares. Click onto our channel icon and you'll see the three most recent episodes we've done. Underneath them, there's going to be a little arrow. Press that arrow, another 3 episodes will come up, and beneath that is the words show all. Once you click that, it will show all the episodes we have uploaded to our YouTube channel. Decide which one you want to start listening to because we have a lot of goodies there. And then enjoy the episode. But before you leave the page, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to our channel so that you will always have the most recent episode available in your subscribe tab. So once you come back to YouTube, you just press the subscribe button on all the things you subscribe to are in that tab. We so appreciate your being part of our listening audience for those of you who have been with us since we started the podcast in July. And we look forward to more listeners. This is a labor of love, and we say that the ZAMI NOBLA podcast is a sound source for Black lesbian history. Sound in that we are wide-reaching, we are a trusted source, and sound in that we are an audio source. So be sure to check us out, let us know what you think, and give me some feedback. You can send me an email at podcast@zaminobla.org. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to meeting you in the pod sphere.